Right, so that's what we've got left. So we've got to make that now. So we've got a little bit of bar here. Won't be big enough. What was the OD? Has to be. That's the largest diameter. It's just over half an inch. 520. That'll do, won't it? So, overall length 1 inch and 40 thou. So, let's power up. Square this end up. Wrong one, you donkey. That's inch. So another 40 thou. Ooh, a bit too much. Right, we're let's make a little scratch there. I'll find something to wipe my hands with. Right. So we've got to turn that to 1/2 inch. And we've got what, 5/17, so not too far, I thought. Just going to take a 5 thou cut off it and see where that ends up. I don't think for this little job there's any need for micrometers, to be honest. 509. Let that do its job. That tool needs a little bit of work on it. It's not the smoothest finish in the world, that. So we were looking for about 1/2 inch, weren't we? Near enough, isn't it? Blind man would be pleased to see it, wouldn't he? Right, so the next dimension we've got. I just have to work this out how far in that needs to be. We've got a bit of an odd one now because we want 369 is the diameter we want on there, and it is, well, it's ½ inch, isn't it? Seem to have lost our calculator. Right, so that's ½ inch that there now, and it needs to be 369, ½ inch. So we want 65 thou off it. I'll set the carriage indicator. Just touching there. Just take it steady. 20 thou pass will do, mate. Up the feed a little bit. Feeling that up there, alright. A bit stringy, but can't have everything, can you? 65 I said we want, it's 40. So it's 60. Bought some new brushes, by the way. For 369. Not what we call a not what we call a critical measurement, because it does sit very loose inside that arm, so that's how it's designed to be. We'll get it somewhere closer. Sail over. I think we'll live with that one. Feeling a tiny bit up there anyway. If you leave it a thou over, you can quite easily polish that last bit if you want to get it dead nuts, but I don't think judging by that, we need to worry about it too much. See what I mean? Look, it fits in there and there's no real... plenty of wiggle room, I suppose what we'd say. That's alright. Right, so I've got that bit done. How long does that need to be? Needs to be 530,000. See if we can. $530. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. There is a diversion by the A18 eastbound, just before Homeside Airport. You go onto the B1211 towards Ulsby. Traffic should gonna scratch it. Right, next bit. Well, that's $220 Whitworth, so that must be 250,000. And it is. I know what it is, don't you, Pill? It's 369. So that's 269 minus 250. Of course, that. Divided by that. Just under 60,000. I think the tip's gone slightly on the tool. It's not doing a really nice finish like it normally does, but then again, we've got no tailstock in, have we? No centre, should I say. But I think for this little job we'll be alright. This is the bit that we're going to put a thread on. If I can find a 1/4 Whitworth die, I think I've got one. And then we just got to try and work out how I'm going to hold it to put that dome on the other end. Something not right there. That should be 530,000 long, so I've done something wrong there. Let's just have a... just check that. Got the wrong measurement there somewhere. 340. Yeah, it should be 340. I've looked at the wrong bit on my drawing. 2, 3. That's it. That's where we should be finishing. But not to worry. I was looking at the length of the thread. I've actually made the thread a little bit longer than it needs to be. We'll just cut it down to suit me. So that'll be 55 thou. Well, I've taken off. Well, actually no, it'll be 110, but we should be getting pretty close to that. I've got a lot of lathe cutters and milling cutters all mounting up that need resharpening, and it's just getting round to doing them. We'll get there. That one, 250 thou, don't we? 260. 260, right, so take 5 off it. Which takes us to the 60 thou that I said at the very beginning, so not bad. It appears to me when I'm looking at, I've got this connected through to my iPad, it looks to me like it's focusing on the lathe bed the other side and not a piece of work. It's a right pain to get it right. Put the burrs up. Right, so that's it, look. Like I say, I cut the threaded part longer than it needs to be. So that's going to be the head and body there. I'm showing that one. So I'll find a die to go on here, we'll thread this, we'll part that bit off, and then we'll work out then how we're going to hold it. So, I haven't got to that bit yet. see that, aren't you? Turn that one over. I'm going to turn the die around so I can get all the way up to it. See? Right, so that goes on there. And then, oops, the little fella screws onto there. Ah, I see. That's going to have a bit. Yeah. I have to machine a bit out of there like that because that doesn't go all the way up. And I believe it needs to. Right. What we got to do about that now? Let's try this, shall we? God, isn't old age shit? I can't even see that without my magic glasses. Right. I'll take it down just till that bit of thread's nearly gone on. That's 75 on the dial. Let's try it. Well, what's going on? That doesn't seem right to me. So what's the difference? Actually, that shoulder's not far enough back. No difference in that though, is there? Oh. Must be how it's supposed to be. That just doesn't seem. Right. Well, I'm just going to set this tool up. I'm going to part that bit off there. Famous last words. When you're trying to part something off this thin, 1/4 by 20, there's a good chance it can just grab bend the thread completely where you don't want it and completely balls it all up. So we'll go steady and just see what I think if I can just form an edge so I know exactly where it's going to go, I might finish it with hacksaw. It's a bit squeaky bum time, this one. Right. We'll set the carriage dial. I'm going to do it with a hacksaw. New hacksaw blade, I think. Let's see if we can just stitch it up a bit, shall we? No, flush with that. So part this piece off then, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do about cutting that silly bloody dome on the end of the nut. Oh, end of the bolt, should I say. Just going to square my parting tool up. Make it a little bit broader than what we need, just make sure everything's going to miss. It's close. So you want it close into the chuck, don't you, when you're parting off? Bit sharp there, so now we've got to get this in the back in the lathe, haven't we? And we're going to put a dome over this. Got to dome it to look like that one, haven't we? Oops, a bit too high, come down a bit. So yeah, not sure how I want to do that yet, but, or does it even need to be domed, is the other thing. Right, I'll have a think about that. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn the camera on. But don't worry, I haven't missed much. So I just put that little bit in there, centre drilled it. This is a tapping drill for 1/4 Whitworth. We're going to try and make something to fix it into, so we can put that dome on the end of it. Right, I've got a 9.5mm drill here. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in about half that depth. It doesn't have to seat all the way, it's only do a bit of filing, isn't it? So, yeah, that should be enough. Right, find a 1/4 tap. Let's just lock that a bit. That's a 1/4 tap we've got there. Oops. There we go. All the way. There's a hole through the bit of bar 2/3 of the way down, so it gets a little jumpy. Things we do for our friends, eh? Mind you, he's the lad who brought me this, he's a good kid actually. He's one of them that you don't mind doing things for, because he'll always help you out for something else, you know, if you ever get stuck. Because I'm sure we all know plenty of the other ones who, as I call them, the gunner brigade. They're always gonna do something for you, but never actually do it. And Paul's a pretty good lad actually. Well, he must be, or I won't be doing this. Right, will that screw into there? Oh yes. As AV would say, that's cock for dolly, that, isn't it? Right, well, see if I can get a bit of filing on. File it something close, I suppose. Get rid of that tip. By the way, if you're watching this and thinking I'm doing this all completely cockeyed, then remember I'm a plumber, not an engineer. Try a different foil. think we're going to get quite a bit in the middle, but I think by the time we've gone through it with a little slitting saw, just to put a slot in there, it'll be near enough. Yeah, I'll put a slit through there, I'll take that tit out and then that'll be alright. So I can hold that in the vise and slitting saw. Oops. Right, that's the next bit. Right, sorry I can't get you a better shot, lads, but well, I haven't really got much of a camera mount on this thing, to be fair. Right, I've just had a measure up of that depth in there, and it is quite deep, as you can see, about 100th there. So what I've done, I've run a piece of paper on the top of that, so when the blade's been spinning, as soon as it's been wanting to grab the paper, zeroed my DRO, and then I've done the same underneath. I've put this on top of the blade, brought it up until it wants to snatch it, and I've just halved it. So what we've got to do is just touch off. I'm going to take 50 to start with and just see what that does like. Give it a bit of jaw juice there. Just hope it doesn't come loose in that little holder. I think something like this, slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? Another 50, and that should take us to the depth where it needs to be. Well, according to the other one anyway. See it moving in that holder slightly. I can see it rocking up and down. Right, we'll just have to know if it hasn't made a balls up of it. Just blow it off. Yeah, not too bad. I'll just dress it slightly with a file. Although that's not quite centre though, is it? Depends which way you look at it. Right, we'll get it all put back together. Right, so we see if we can get it back together. Yeah, I put a centre pot mark on there, if you can see it, look. in the middle, just so I knew which way it went, or which way to put it back on. Now the only other thing is to put that pin back in there is one thing, but I'm not going to knock it all the way in because I can't remember which way it came off. So we'll just give it a gentle tap, and then that obviously wants to go back onto there, doesn't it? Like so. So that's it. So Paul can just knock that little pin out there and put that the opposite way around if it needs to be. I'll show him these and so just check them and see if they are tapered, and if they are. So those are the two pins that caused us all the problem to start with. Well, the one pin that is now two. So that's 94 thou. 95, right, so it's not a tapered pin then, is it? So we'll give him that back with his bits, and then he can do what he wants. So, another little job done. Adi from Adi Engineering, if you watch this, mate, it won't be... I watched your video the other week when you drilled that broken bolt out, and I thought, oh, he's done a good job of that. And I must admit, when I started this, I thought, this will be a piece of piss with a left-handed drill bit. It'll pop that out of there like nobody's business, and away we go. Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it? It never quite works how you expect it to. So, anyway. Right, we'll see you on the next one, boys. Cheers.